those experiences, but at a certain point it's like, regardless of what your field is, I think you have to value yourself enough to be able to get by, at least.
I agree. Like, you're gonna have to turn down a lot of potential opportunities, but those potential opportunities could also be absolutely terrible and detrimental to your career, or they could be just useless. Another lily pad step of like getting somewhere else. But it's like, you do have to know your worth and, put your foot down in terms of, how much you actually value your talent. And, you shouldn't just take any job or any gig if it feels like you're being like belittled or you're less than your last show. It should be always about moving forward, not necessarily, again, dollars per hour or, dollars per year or dollars per show. It just, maybe the scale is different. Maybe the amount of people you're playing for is different and the dollar amount's the same. But again, like, more people, more exposure, that's good. But it's I think super important to move in like a forward direction. And not just take anything because it's placed in front of you. Like, if it's not really worth your time and you deep down know that, like, fuck them, you're better than that. Yeah, bitch. Like, same with everything in life. Partners, apartments, jobs, anything. You could really look through life with that lens and live differently. Yeah, and better. I agree. So you need to start valuing yourselves more instead of just taking a seat placed.
Yeah. I've just decided also, like, in my career as an artist, I'm doing it for myself, but I'm also doing it for the people that care about me and that care about my music and actually want to be a part of this journey. I was talking to my friend Trevor Larkin about this, and he was just talking about like how he spends so much energy and focus on reaching people and like building an audience when like his audience is right in front of him. Like, the people that care are the people that do follow you and the people that are going to be there rooting for you, regardless of like what, where you might be in your career. Or, if you're playing a show, they're going to be there because they care. Or if you release a song, they're going to listen because they care. And those are the people, for me, like as a musician, that matter. Because of course it's my dream and my goal to build an audience of people that that like my music and that, hopefully my music can connect to them in a certain way. But I want to take care of my audience because they're taking care of me. So right now it's like, I just care about the people that care about me,
It's better to have like 5 true, genuine, and constant supporters than 500 on and off listeners who don't really support and, share and listen to your content. We can relate to that too.
For sure.
You might, I again, doesn't matter as much as quality if they are persistent and like sharing and believing in you, whatever. Like, that's more important than number of listens, or I don't know. I just I get that with our podcast too. We can relate a little bit in that, like, we would rather have 30% diehard consistent weekly listeners than inconsistent numbers across the board. We know that our I don't want to call them like fans, but like our listeners are constant.
We're talking about self-worth. You gotta believe in yourself.
Fans. I mean, nobody's like screaming across the street like, "Oh my God, are you Casey from the You Can't Say Podcast? I can't believe my eyes."
They will one day. Just believe in yourself. They will. You'll be walking down the sidewalk
here since day one.
Yeah. You and my mom, Phoenix, are the top listeners.
I just think I value those people and their time because I know how, I know an hour out of somebody's week every week is being taken to listen to our stuff. And I can kind of count on them for that. And nothing else really matters because that's enough to keep us going. And I can see why, maybe 200 solid fans that will listen to your music on a consistent basis is more important than thousands of on and off listeners who may not, support us consistently.
Like, as a musician, what would you say your top goal is Is it to like reach just a good amount of people? Is it to be famous?
Do you want to walk down the street like having to cover your face from paparazzi?
Absolutely not. No, when I was younger, I really wanted to be famous, like that line. I want to be famous. But I feel like every young, creative child is like looking up to the, I looked up to Britney Spears and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be like that one day. And so
okay, but do you?
But free Britney, please. Thank you.
None of this would have happened if it went for the fame.
Exactly. But I now that I'm older, I like we were saying, I just want to do it for people that genuinely care. I like my biggest influence is Joni Mitchell, and she had sort of a similar outlook. Not that I'm gonna have the same career as Joni Mitchell, but she
self-worth, bitch. We don't know that yet. Nothing is guaranteed.
I know. But she just loved what she was doing, and she was pure and she was artistic. She was a painter and a musician, and she loved doing it. And because she was so passionate about it and kept working and kept, writing and performing, she built up a career in which she was just, extremely famous. And it got to a point where there's a video of her playing, I forget which festival it is, but she's playing a festival. And she's playing a quiet ballad on the piano, and it's so beautiful. I forget which song, but there's like thousands and thousands of people in the audience at this festival, and they're all being so rude and like super loud, and like they're all, half of them are probably like completely like drunk or stoned or tripping, and she just like actually stopped and looked at the audience, and she was like, can you please quiet down? I'm trying to play the song for you, and I'd really appreciate if you just respected me, and it's really hard to do this, and I came all the way here for you, and I just want to play you my music. And it really speaks to me in a lot of ways, because not that I've been in that position before, but as a singer-songwriter, it's like we like pour our heart and soul into these songs. And especially for me, I have quite a quiet voice, and I write a lot of like more softer songs. So sometimes it's hard to be in that position. And anyway, she became famous, and it was very overwhelming for her. And she like would take, years off and like retreat and travel. And like, she always talked about how she wasn't able to like meet people anymore. Like we write songs about our experiences, and when it gets to a point where you can't even go to a grocery store, you can't have those experiences to write about anymore. So she would go off and travel and meet people and meet strangers and have experiences. And so I don't think I want to be famous. I would like to be, I would like to, if I go on tour, I'd like for, my shows to sell out, but I don't necessarily want to be like Britney Spears or a crazy pop star. And I don't think I'm built for it anyway.
You would look good with a shaved head though. Like if you ever are that real, you could rock it if you wanted to, if you needed to.
It's actually really funny because my fiance, Justin, I was at work yesterday, and he sent me a photo in the middle of the day of his hair on the ground.
Oh no.
And he shaved his head.
He called her Britney.
No.
That's what he said. He texted me. He was like, I shaved my head. And he's like, I'm not pulling a Britney. And he just posted today saying free Britney. And he's just
my God. Justin.
Yeah. He's just so inspired by her right now.
Of course.
I think everybody is. We're not really on the Britney train. Yes. So, I mean, I've been on the Britney train since I was a little girl. But.
There have been, she's like, her songs have been on the radio so much. I've been really rock. I mean, like that was
going to her, right?
That was our, I know. Yeah. It's very sad, but it's nice to relive like those moments of being young. And like, that was, Avril Lavigne and Britney Spears were like my first like pop star idols. I was like, I want to do this.
I still have. So when she was young, like when we're the same age. All three of us are the same age, 96. But when we were young, like how old were you? How old were we? Like 8, 7?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
I actually don't know what you're gonna say, but I have a feeling. So
her dad made a music video of her and her brother singing Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy, and her brother's younger. Her brother was playing the drums, and she
must have been like
singer. Sick. It was like a lip sync type thing. I'm pretty sure I still have that DVD for the Gen Zs who probably don't know what a DVD is.
Wait,
CD-ROM.
did my dad like give it to the whole family?
Yeah,
Like,
or
It was
was
actually
like,
the Christmas card for that year.
I think it
There's
was no.
35 copies.
I honestly think it was
Oh
a
my God.
party favor gift,
Oh my god.
like in a loot bag.
Oh my god.
It was
Oh,
great. I
yeah.
still fucking
so
have it.
fucking
bitch.
cute.
Yeah,
You know what?
it was really funny.
I still have it too, and sometimes I whip it out, honestly.
Same.
It is hilarious, and I love it. So I'm just waiting for the right point in my career to like post that on my YouTube channel.
Oh fucking yeah.
Wow. My dad would give
it
me a
hasn't come yet.
$50 bill and send me to Party City and say, don't only buy candy for your loot bags. And that's all I would get. Your dad made
Well,
35 CDs, girl.
It was like a legitimate like music video. My dad was going,
Yeah.
he went to film school at Sheridan College when he was like in his 40s when I was young. And so he made like a legitimate music video, and I have like
yeah.
costume changes. I'm wearing makeup. It's Adam's on the it's
Edited, like there's different things.
Yeah.
Why is that now my life goal? I just blinked twice and I'm like, I think my whole life has just changed. I want that instead.
I'll bring it one day. We can watch it.
Fucking cute. Also, I was a complete Avril stan. I bought a fucking green metallic chain to attach to my baggy jeans, and I wore thick eyeliner and had those black like rubber, we call them sex bracelets. And I was like, don't talk to me, Avril's on. And I pretended like I had this like not even teen like angst. It was like preteen angst, and I was just like,
oh my god.
I had so much, and I'm like, I've never been on a skateboard, but oh my god, do I want to be a skater boy?
And
it's like
in the chunky shoes with the bell bottom.
Oh,
yeah, I had all of it. I had this like fucking hand like cuffs with the fingers cut out, and it was just like, Avril's on.
So like the tank top with the tie, like
I did have to steal my dad's tie, and the only one that was like available to my short self was like the Santa one. So I would have to wear like a Santa tie, and everything else was neon green and black, and it was really an awful sight. And I'm glad actually that's not on a music video CD gift favor, because that would be
we weren't
really
friends then.
Tragic. As soon as I got out of that phase, Maria was like, okay, fine, come with me.
Now we can be friends, bitch. Speaking about the CD, the Avril phase, all that jazz, we're really mainly here to talk about your new album that's coming out.
Right. Yeah, I guess we should mention that.
in 2 days now. Since by the time we upload this, it'll be the 7th of July. 2 days, July 9th, you can find Phoenix's album on all the platforms, right? I'm assuming.
Yes, all of the platforms, like every single one.
Perfect. So it's not just an album that you came up with in the last year. It's an album that has grown or has evolved throughout the years as you have written your songs from, how many years? 10 years ago till now, essentially, right? So tell us a bit more about that.
You got it all. I should hire as my publicist. She has grown with the music. It is true. Yeah, I think that I've been working on this album for about 2 years, and there are 10 songs on the project. And the earliest song, or the oldest song, I probably wrote when I was in high school, when I was about 17. So I'm 25 now, so it's been almost a decade of writing. And then the newest song I wrote last year, sort of when COVID hit, and I was stuck in my grandmother's basement. So the album has sort of it encapsulates the past about decade of my life, and most of the songs are very personal, and they capture moments of relationships that I've had, of experiences that I've had, and sort of just the transition from like a young woman to a real woman.
A real woman.
A girl to a woman, but it's just me coming into my own as an artist and as a human. And all of the songs but one are very personal. And it's called Gold.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Love it.
There's
No,
so
that's
much
okay.
that I could